What's going on, guys? I'm gonna make another video here. I'm gonna just talk briefly about the importance of your dog's behavior and how you get your dogs under control, or at the very minimum get some results that you want out of your pups or out of your dogs. It's all about really consistency and patience, which, I mean, let's be honest here, we all lose patience with our dogs from time to time. Even I do it. I'm definitely guilty of it. But one way, or one sure thing that I'm sure a lot of you have already heard in the past is that a tired dog is a well-behaved dog. That is 100% true. 100% true. So I'm gonna just go, just exercise them a tiny bit before I feed them. I mentioned before in another video, I like to take my the feeding time so that I can teach them a little bit, just basic stuff, basic training. And I don't mean like, boot camp, just basic obedience training. And yeah, let's see how it goes from there. Butch, Ross, go. So I take the little laser thing, as I mentioned before. I'm actually using one of these since my other one died. Let's see if they pay attention to it. I put their bed there in the middle so that they give them an obstacle, because these guys, they like to jump. So let's see. I'm trying to do this one-handed, guys. I'm sorry. Get it. Get it. Oh, you almost got it. You got to be quicker than that. Oh, I'm not even pointing in the right direction. I'm sorry. This other guy just got lazy over here. He's got a little toy. He doesn't want to move. Let me see if I can get him to jump over the other one. Careful, buddy. Oh, I got him up. Let's go, Butch. Get it, Butch. Get it, Butch. Yeah. So, I mean, you got the basics there. That's pretty much that. I'm not going to do that for 30 minutes on the phone here, but I do want to show you, because one of the things that I do, actually, let's back it up here. One of the things that I do with my pups to help keep them under control, do something. So, real quick, one of the things that I like to do, or that I like to use, everything I use it as a tool, right? I don't use it as a form of punishment or anything like that, the way people think. So, prong collars, right? I use the prong collar. I don't use just any of them, though. I mean, you got to use the correct one, otherwise it's not gonna work, no matter how bad you want the outcome to be. So I use the Herm Springer brand. They're probably the best ones out there. Now, I use these because they listen. I mean, they definitely pay attention when I have these on the leash. You can't expect the dog to be good off the leash if he's no good on the leash, right? So with their regular collars, right, I mean, I use these basically just so I can put the tag on it, have their names and my info on it. But this one's what the actual leash is attached to. Now, eventually I'll have a backup going from this to this one, and that's just in any case that where this breaks or something, I'll have this one still attached to the leash. But this right here, I mean, it makes the dog so docile, I guess you could say. They're good dogs, you know what I mean? These dogs get a bad rep, but they love to pull. These dogs are pulling dogs. I mean, they win competitions for pulling. But so it kind of irks me a little bit. Kind of pisses me off with some people where they have the full-on tactical vest and they're pulling the shit out of their owner. They're doing a disservice to themselves and the dog, because that dog's not under control. That dog is controlling you. You know what I mean? The dog needs to be walking next to you, not in front of you. This right here helps them understand, because it's a little bit uncomfortable, yeah, but it helps them understand, hey, I need to do what dad says or mom says, or I'm gonna get that pop. But yeah, these dogs, This one right here. So my pups are 6 months old. They have more pulling power than I do. I'm not saying that I can't pull my 220 pound body weight, but he definitely can at 6 months. You know what I mean? So if he can do it at 6 months and pull you no problem, what do you think it's gonna be like when he's full grown and he's like 100 pounds, 110 pounds? But some of the things that I like to do is use this thing right here so he can, or both of them actually, because I walk both at the same time. So just, multiply that. Whatever his pulling weight is, multiply it by 2. Now, a lot of you don't walk 2 at a time, but that's how I roll it. But all right, guys, look, check it out. This is what I mean about your dogs walking next to you. That's pretty much where they're at right here. This is me walking. Know what I'm saying? That's how they're supposed to be. They're not supposed to be like up here and you're struggling. You know what I'm saying? Because they're pulling you. And this is my setup right here. You see how this is one finger? That's pretty much it. This is what it needs to be. My daughters walk my dogs, and I can't have my dogs dragging them, dragging them like Mussolini down the road, because I don't have any control, or they can't have any control of the dogs. Know what I'm saying? Butch left. Good boy. So I always walk them to my left. They're always on my left side. And they'll switch back and forth, but that's pretty much it. This is where they're at all the time, on my left. If they get too close or trying to, almost forcing me to move like this, left. Good boy. And again, time, patience, that's what you need. But they're supposed to walk beside you. You don't need to drag them, and they sure as hell don't need to be dragging you. Left. Good boy. But again, this is it. This is how I'm walking, with a finger. My 5-year-old needs to be able to walk my dogs without them getting dragged. So again, you got the prong collar. It's not for pain. It's not for pain. It's not for punishment, anything like that. It's just a tool so they listen. They're puppies. They get distracted a hell of a lot. Lots of smells out here. Come. They come. See other dogs. Normally they would want to pull towards them. You don't want that. Definitely don't want that, because you don't know how much training that other dog has, especially if it's a full-grown dog. But they're puppies. They want to get into everything. They're curious. You know what I mean? So we want them to listen. Come. Hey, sit. Butch, sit. Good boy. So that's pretty much it. That's what I mean. It's just a little nudge. It's not. You don't need to yank on them. The Herm Spring, all these prong collars. If they're built right, they do their job. Especially the Herm Springer one. They're made so that it distributes the pressure evenly throughout the neck. You know what I'm saying? All the other ones, they're kind of, the designs might be similar, but they don't work the same. So all they do is kind of feel. So they're getting distracted there because got some neighbors coming. How's it going? So they're curious. So I just nudge them in the direction I need to come, or I need them to go, and they come. Yes, good boys. Know what I'm saying? Had they just been wearing, saying they're still trying to turn around. Had they just been wearing the normal collars, yeah, they'd be all over the place. I wouldn't be able to get them to go. Come, face forward. So that's it. Again, it's not for pain. It's not for any sort of punishment. It's a training tool. So they know what I want them to do, and they get rewarded for doing what I need them to do. It's great. This thing right here, I don't use it. Again, I don't use it as a form of punishment. It's just a tool so that they learn, they listen. I need them to listen and learn quicker rather than later. because I don't want anything to happen to my dog. I want to keep him alive as long as possible. I don't need my pup getting ran over by a car because I wasn't able to keep him under control. That'd be my fault. That's not the dog's fault. That's not the driver's fault. That'd be a failure on me, the owner. So getting your dogs under control is extremely important, especially doing it at a younger age like this. And the younger, the better. Let me see what other thing to talk about with these. So let's see, as far as puppy biting, let's say puppy biting, these guys don't do it anymore, but they did for quite some time. This guy in particular, Bronson, I mean, he was terrible with it. He did it almost like he was like a Rottie, he was like a Rottweiler. Like he used to play bite with a purpose. Like it was vengeful. Shit was vicious. And they still do it amongst themselves, but he doesn't do it to me or my daughters anymore. He definitely grew out of it. And I guess I could go through how I was able to do it. With him, I had to use every single method that I found on YouTube, which was, one, again, the prong collar. Every time he would bite, I'd give him a pop, just basically yank on it. Quick, not hard, just quick. And enough for him to say, oh shit, he didn't like that. Second one, the basic one is just let him know that his teeth hurt. So with your hands in his mouth, when they're young pups, probably don't try with this guy because he'll rip something off. But with your hands in his mouth, you know what I mean? Yeah. With your hands in his mouth, as soon as his teeth touch your skin, just say, ow! You know what I mean? And he'll stop for a second. You do that enough times, and you'll definitely get or most dogs will get the reference. Again, with just about every dog, especially strong-willed dogs like bullies, any of the bully breeds, consistency and patience are going to be your best friends. I lose patience from time to time. That's why I take as much use of tools as I can. Second one is, or another one is an e-collar. So I bought an e-collar for both, but mainly for him. Again, I use that exactly how I would use the prong collar. Where let's see. So again, these are strong, powerful dogs. So if I can't get them under control, I'll use the e-collar. You know, if they're play fighting too hard, well, you don't want them to do that as adults. So I get the e-collar, I give them a little pop, a little shock with it. Now I'll have it low enough to where it just gets their attention. That's really all it is to get their attention. It's another training tool. I don't use it for pain. Definitely not for pain. I don't use it for punishment. It's not how I teach them, even though pain is an excellent teacher. But my main goal here is for them to have attention on me, to be focused on me and what I want them to do. It's not to hurt them, you know what I mean? I love my boys. So let's see. For biting, it's the last one that I would use. You do it with, again, younger pups, and it'll still work with older pups like this, is to get them to stop biting. You put your middle finger and your ring finger and pinch under their tongue, in the lower mandible. So let's see if he lets me do it here. Come here, Bronson. So essentially just like that. He doesn't like it, and that's why he pushes, because I had to do it to him a lot when he was younger because he wouldn't listen. But you see how he just calms down because he thinks he's doing something wrong. You're okay, puppy. You're not doing anything wrong. I'm just using you as an example. You're good. But you do that, and let's see if this guy does the same thing. Come here, Bronson. So you put it's under his tongue, and you just pinch like this. And they don't like it. So he calms down a lot. He thinks he's doing something wrong. You're good, baby. You're good. So that's it. I mean, that's pretty much the gist of it.